Thank you for joining this instructional video for the New York State Emergency Rental Assistance Program. In this video, we'll be showing the application submission process, as well as a few key features a tenant or landlord can access from here. To start, let's talk through the three ways that an applicant can start an application. The first way is to create an account by clicking on the Sign Up button at the top of the homepage. The second way is to enter an existing account by clicking on the Login button if you've already registered. To start an application without registering, click on the Apply Now Here button. As a reminder, tenants do not need to create an account by clicking on the Sign Up button. Tenants are permitted to click the Apply Now Here link to submit an application. However, a tenant may wish to create an account to more easily access an in-progress application or to see the status of a completed application. So what we'll do is start by creating an application by clicking on the Apply Now Here button. From here, we can start a new application by clicking on the New Application button, or we can resume an existing application. I've pre-populated information, so for the purposes of this video, I'll resume an existing application. I'll provide my application number and the applicant's date of birth, and then click Resume Application. You'll notice that there are 11 screens that need to be completed before an application is complete, and we'll talk through each of those screens. Much of what you'll see on this first screen is information about the applicant. Before scrolling, I do want to note that the first question on the application is, are you submitting this application on behalf of someone else? If you indicate yes to this question, the application will ask you about your relationship to the applicant and will ask you to fill in background information about yourself. If you are a tenant applying without assistance, you will simply click no to this question, and this section will collapse and you'll go straight into your background information. Scrolling down, we'll see that this page includes relevant background information about the applicant, including name, address, social security number if you have one, language, race, ethnicity. It will ask whether you are currently renting, as well as the terms of your lease, employment status, and other information, such as whether you are a full-time student, whether you filed taxes in 2020, and whether you would like to designate a proxy or an emergency contact. After saving this page, you'll be automatically directed to the COVID-19 hardship page and your application number will be generated. We strongly encourage applicants to make note of this application number after it is generated so you can resume an in-progress application or check the status of a submitted application. So here on the COVID-19 hardship page, we'll see several questions about the impact of COVID-19 on the tenant. Here, I've selected that I did receive unemployment benefits since March 13th of 2020, and I had a reduction in household income due to COVID-19. I've also indicated that I had increased costs due to COVID-19. Selecting both of these options opened up additional questions beneath. So for my reduction in income, I've indicated that I was furloughed. Other options include reduced wages, employment termination, sick and unable to work, reduced hours, business closed, receiving unemployment, and an other box with a free text field. In the increased costs section, I've indicated that I had remote learning expenses due to COVID-19, but there are a number of other options, as well as an other option with a free text field. Please use this other option and explain your situation in the free text field if none of these options matches your situation. I've also indicated that I am currently unemployed and have been for at least the past 90 days. We'll click the Save button and navigate to the Additional Household Members page. On this page, I've added a member by indicating that I have a daughter living with me and provided this individual's information. I can add additional household members by clicking on the Add Member button at the bottom of the screen. One important note here is that you do not need to include yourself as the applicant in the Additional Household Members section. Next, we'll navigate to the Income section, where I will indicate if anyone in my household has income. I believe I indicated on previous screens that at least one member of my household has income, so I will say yes here and answer questions about other recurring public assistance. I've noted here that I do receive recurring public assistance and that I am in receipt of supplemental security income. Finally, please note that a tenant must provide income information for all household members over the age of 18. Here, I'll demonstrate adding income for Jenny Doe, who is a member of my household. You'll notice that I can select the type of income, the frequency of income, as well as the amount. Next, we'll navigate to the lease section, where I'll need to provide information about my lease, including the start date, the monthly rental amount, and information about where I live. I'll also indicate whether my unit is considered rent controlled under the Mitchell-Lama program, is public housing, is rent regulated, Section 8, or other subsidy. Here, I've indicated that I am renting the entire unit from the owner and provided owner information in the section below. We'll click Save and navigate to the Rent Arrears screen. So on the Rent Arrears screen, I'll need to indicate the amount of arrears that I owe on a monthly basis. So here, I would enter my regular monthly rent, the amount past due, and then any late or other fees for the month. Here, I've indicated that I have 5 months of arrears with an associated fee for each of those months. Also important to note here is that I need to indicate whether I need assistance paying for future months of rent. I've indicated that yes, I do need assistance and requested 1 month of rent. On the next screen, we will provide utility information. I've indicated that I do need assistance with my utilities and that I do pay separately for gas and that I have gas arrears. Then I will indicate my gas provider with my account number and the person's name on the gas bill. Finally, I'll enter information about the arrears I owe, again on a monthly basis. So I've indicated that I have 5 months of gas arrears. I'll click Save and navigate to the next screen. So here, we'll provide information about prior and current rental assistance. This page asks questions about whether me or any members of my household receive assistance from Section 8, HOPWA, or other public housing program funds. I've indicated that I live in state subsidized housing and that I have received Section 8, HOPWA, or other public housing benefits. Then beneath that, I've noted that I receive HOPWA and that those benefits have not ended. Then I'll indicate how much me and members of my household pay towards rent. I'll also need to indicate further down whether me or members of my household have applied for or received assistance in paying for back rent or arrears. I've indicated yes, and that my household has received assistance from the COVID rent relief program. The application is almost complete. This next page asks you about communication preferences. I've indicated that I would like to receive text messages. Here, you can also indicate whether you require an interpreter or if you require notices in an alternative format. I've indicated that yes, I do need an alternative format, and that format is large print. Next is the applicant certification page. It is very important that a tenant read these certifications and sign at the bottom of the page. At this point, it is critical to note that your application is not yet complete. You have submitted the required information, but you still need to upload documentation by clicking on the Document Upload link. When I click on that link, I'll be directed to upload one document at a time. Please note that the required document list will be available on this page when you go to apply. At this point, my application is complete and I've uploaded the required documentation. Before we conclude, I want to make a note on where to go for help. There are several locations where a landlord, owner, or tenant can go for assistance. If we navigate back to the Emergency Rental Assistance homepage and scroll to the bottom of the screen, click on the Contact Us button. On this page, you can find the call center number, which is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. until June 14th. After June 14th, the call center is open from Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Also on this page, you can find resources for reasonable accommodation, TTY relay communications, and the state's fraud hotline, as well as a link to live chat with a customer service representative. We hope this video has been helpful, and as a reminder, you may reach out to 844-NY1-RENT or 844-691-7368 to reach a customer service representative in order to ask questions or request assistance. We hope you have a great day.